Hey guys, haven't made a video in a while, headed off to work, and if any of you trolls want to yell at me for making a video while I'm driving, please don't do that. Just don't bother, because I'm going to kick you off, and you know it. So, I've made a video about this writer before, and what she has to say, and you should really, and it's one of the best books written on familial narcissist abuse. It's called Breaking Free, Breaking Free, a resource for narcissists. I'm driving, I can't remember the title, but I know it's called Breaking Free for the Survivors of Narcissist Abuse. It's by Lisette SQ. She's from Canada. You can find it online, and it's one of the best books written about narcissism. If I flub that title up, I'll put it in the description. And I've made videos about what she has to say before, because it's stuff you already know probably, and I already know it too, but stuff that maybe you couldn't articulate as well as you wanted to, which I couldn't do for quite a while. And she brings up in one chapter of the book about how everything that Narco Hog has fucking done to you, everything that everybody's done to you pretty much most of your life, especially if you're a scapegoat, is because of that narcissist abusing you. And that sounds crazy to a lot of people. It does not sound crazy to me, because I've been through it myself. And, okay, I got somebody passing me on the left here. You pass on the left then, bitch. You better move it. All right, cunt. Anyway, on I go. So, she's talking to the traffic as I go. She says, you can trace everything bad that's ever happened to you back to your narcissist abusers. And the reason for this is because the narcissist abusers raised you to be vulnerable. They tore down all of your defenses and made sure that you're not allowed to have any defenses, so that they can continue to feed off of you with no problem. That's why you're not allowed to even if you have secret weapons, the narcissist will try to get those away from you too, in order to defend your own self. And every bad thing that happens to you is because of that vulnerability in you they created. They made you vulnerable, and therefore other narcissists see that and come feed on you too. That's why most of the bad things that have happened to you have happened because of the narcissist abuse. Because of them making you vulnerable. You wouldn't have been vulnerable if your mommy and daddy hadn't been such fuckheads. All right? For example, I was raped by a counselor in 1996 at one of the major counseling centers here where I live. He was the head of the counseling center. Isn't that lovely? He slipped me a roofie and raped me with a dildo. It was the most bizarre rape I've ever been through, because that's not the only time I've ever been raped. Because I've been raped before because of my fucking abuse. Because of them making me vulnerable to people who are just like them. Low-life scum. And that's what they fucking are. Reprobate, low-life, goddamn scum. That's what they are. So they made me vulnerable. What does my cunt mother say to me when I tell her this counselor fucking raped me? And this was the cheaper place to go, and of course she wouldn't pay for the more expensive counseling, because she knows damn well that they always find me, they always find the symptoms of abuse with me. So I was never allowed to get counseling and psychiatric care because of this, because she knew that they can see it when you go in to get counseling. So I actually got some halfway, so I get a rapist counselor too. So I say, she says, why does this shit always happen to you? And she's so goddamn nasty. I was like, I think the reason why this, I just didn't even know what to say. It was like being slapped in the fucking face after being raped. My own mother doesn't give a fuck that I was raped. No. She loves to see me struggle. She loves to see me suffer. She probably giggled about it after I told her about it, because that's what a fucking low-life piece of shit cunt she truly is. Why does this shit always happen to you? With that kind of nasty tone in her voice. It always happens to me, or used to, before I finally was able to land some decent psychiatric care. That didn't keep me from doing that. I did realize that there are bad people and good people, and I need counseling pretty badly because of being a scapegoat from this cunt family. So I ended up getting more counseling, and yeah, I confirmed everything I already fucking believed. But yeah, that's why that shit always happens to you. Just in case you were like, they're blaming everything bad that's ever happened on you. Get a load of this. They made you vulnerable, and they made you vulnerable to people just like herself. All right? And that's in Lisette's book, Breaking Free, a guide or something for survivors of narcissist abuse. That's a really, really good book. I've read it over 15 or 20 times because I have an evil sister as well as an evil mother, and they love to tag team me and do rotten goddamn things to me and blame me for everything bad that's ever happened to me. When really, in reality, their abuse caused all that to happen because they made me vulnerable, they trained me to be vulnerable, and they trained me to be a little bitch for people like this. I've overcome this at this point in my life, but how would you like it being raped by a goddamn counselor and then your mother saying, why does this always happen to you? All right? So that's why, guys. That's why. Have a great day. Good to see you all. Bye now.